Hello and great to see you today. Today we're going to talk about and discuss around fear. When I say that word, what does that cause you to feel or think or, you know, does it do anything to you to cause you to maybe step back or step forward or just what does that word fear mean to you? And what I want to talk about today is how to stop it from causing you and keeping you stuck in your business, in your everyday life as well. There are people that don't go outside their house. Now, I have asthma, and we've all got our reasons why. So I don't go out a whole lot because I don't want to have problems and I'm 66, and so I don't want to have uh any diseases out there that could, end up making me sick. So I've done what I can do, and I just don't go out a lot. And the disability doesn't help. So, but if you're regular and you don't have issues, but you're afraid to leave your house, then, that might signal that there's something that you need to take advantage of or take care of. So what I want to do is help you to keep it from keeping you stuck, making you stuck in your business as well as your everyday life. Your everyday life is just as important as your business, and your business is just as important as your everyday life because it's going to be able to give you what you need to be able to live your everyday life and what that's like for you and how you want to live it. So I have three important tips for you. And I've done my research over this. I've talked about this subject in the past, but I still like to check and see if there's anything new or, going on. But basically, it's the same. It's overall similar to what I'm going to be saying today. I mean, I saw and learned about this more so when I joined the organization that I joined, and they talked about fear and what it was and how you can, conquer that fear and keep going. Not that the fear will go away. It may eventually, the fears I had did, but there are always new fears that will crop up and try to get you again. But you know what to do. When you know what to do, then that can help keep you from going there and getting stuck and not leaving your house and not doing things that will help your business to grow and those types of things. So, as you're hopping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'll give you a shout out and let me know what you think about fear, as well as whether you're catching us live and or on the replay. If you're catching it on the replay, same thing. You can put in what you think about fear and give me let me know where you're coming in from. Dang, my mouth just got really dry. And let me know where you're coming in from because it's just interesting and I'll give you a shout out as well. Sorry. All right. So, little water in my whistle. Here we go. So, my name, let me introduce myself first because I will start talking and keep talking because I really love to make sure that what I'm talking about is understood. And I want to do it in a short amount of time so that you can get about your day, but that you've gotten some value, you've gotten something that's going to be helpful to you, something's going to make things that you hadn't thought about maybe, or to reinforce something that you're just thinking about and you're learning about. And then you're hearing it again here and you'll hear it again and so on and so on. So my name is Cherie Woodard. And I help business builders and entrepreneurs to be able to use social media to build their business by getting prospects, leads, and sales in that business, as well as I use updated and modern strategies and trending strategies to keep you informed and as I'm learning and growing, I want to be able to share that same information with you so that you can learn and grow, especially like I said, in your business, and that's your livelihood. That's what's going to, provide what it is you need to be able to take care of your family or yourself, or the things that you want to do, how you want to live your life. So I also use attraction marketing, lead generation, as well as video marketing. And those are the things that I use to help people to move forward in their businesses. So the other thing I wanted to let you know is there is a ebook that I read. Oh gosh, maybe it's been, and I've read it again, or I've gone through it again, just, picking up notes, and replenishing my knowledge. It's called Attraction Marketing Formula, and it is an awesome book. It is was actually written by our CEO. I think it's CEO. He's one of the leaders of the company. Let me put it like that, because the CEO, CMO, those things get me a little confused. But anyway, he's an awesome guy. His name is Fernie Ceballos, and he's just awesome. And I love having him as a leader, as a mentor, as a teacher, as a friend. And he wrote this a long time ago, and he's tweaked it here and there. And it taught me a different way to build my business. And ever since I got that, I've been moving forward and not stepping backwards, which is really good. And I really love the book. So what I'm going to do is put information on the video for you to be able to take advantage of it. And it will be, when this video is downloaded, in the comment section. And it's a really awesome point. Just when you look at it, you'll see what I mean. And you only have 30 minutes at that particular price point. So just take a look at it, and see what you think. Maybe it's not for you, but it was definitely for me, because I didn't like building with chasing people, bugging my family and friends, doing the list of 100. All those things that did not work for me was like a slap in the face to me. And it was very difficult having two kids, being a single parent, and having to leave them to go to meetings and that kind of stuff. So I'm glad that I don't have to do that anymore. So let's get back to fear. But that's my introduction, and I will put that information on the video when it's downloaded in the comment section. So now, when we're talking about fear, I don't see anything in the comments. I know sometimes they come in kind of slow, but I'm going to go on and tell you about what I have here as far as fear is concerned. Fear is something that is, oh, let me stick to my notes. Fear is something that can keep you frozen, it can keep you stuck, it can keep you hiding in your house, it can keep you from not speaking up when you really want to. It can keep you from doing a lot of things that are really, really important, and important to you, important to your family, important to your everyday life, and especially your business. So I had to learn this, the hard way. And one of the stories that I have about fear is the fear that I had for my younger sisters. So I'll tell this story real quick. I had 2 younger sisters that were working, and I live in a metropolitan area. I used to live, down there, but now I live out in the county. But, they were coming from from another state coming over. It wasn't, it's not like that far, so you can take the train or, or the bus or whatever. But I just felt so uncomfortable with them being out there with the world, and this was back when they were very young, they were teenagers or, just maybe in their 20s. I just remember that they were in, some type of school or whatever. Anyway, long short of it is that I had so much fear for my little sisters and their safety that I could not think of anything else. I kept money at home, a lot of change so that they could catch, if they didn't have the money, they had a key to get into my apartment. They could always come in, get whatever they needed. And because I was working at the time as a nurse, and I worked different hours, I worked night shift, all types of shifts. Anyway, I could not function. My mind was always on my sisters, and I wanted to be able to help them. And what I needed was help for me because they were fine. They were like, "Oh, everything's fine. Nothing's going to happen. We'll be good. We're fine." And I'm thinking about all these things that can happen. And you know, what one of the things is fear is there, but it's fear of things that aren't real, fear of things that aren't maybe happening or haven't happened to you before. Maybe you saw a movie and that movie stuck with you and it's got you scared now to do this, that, and that. It just depends. Everybody's different. But I finally listened to my sisters and I started praying. And I figured, this was bigger than me, and that's how I choose to deal with things. And you may be different. But for me, I started praying and I started hearing fear as false evidence appearing real. And nothing had happened to my sisters. No one had ever approached them. They were doing great. They were having fun. They were having the time of their lives at their jobs, after school. And I was losing it, for something that hadn't happened and had never happened before, and no one had given them any trouble. So fear can cause you to, like I said, just get stuck and afraid and causing you to be stressed and blood pressure going up and sweating and, all those types of things. But when you acknowledge it, when you recognize it, then you start to think and you start to think, why am I so afraid of this? You start thinking to yourself. And then after acknowledging it, because when you try to act like it's not there, it doesn't help. So it's so important to acknowledge it and recognize it. And then you can go from there and then you can take fear captive. So the next thing I have is, which I've already said, which is fear is not real. It's one of those things that our mind, will, because if we don't control our mind, then we could be really in a big stew and just not being able to get out of it. So it's important to be, let me look at the time. Time is rolling. It's important to be able to believe that fear is just there. It's not something that should keep you from moving forward. It's not something that should keep you from doing things that you want to do. When I need to leave the house to go get my meds or do whatever, and I've started trying to, since things are getting better with all the stuff we've been walking through, I've been trying to get out and spend time with my family, my sisters and my brothers, and the whole kit and caboodle. I mean, I have a lot of nieces and nephews. And so it's really important. And what I started using was courage. Courage means that it's not that you don't have something that's bothering you, but you move forward regardless. So you use courage to move forward even in the face of the fear. Like, and let me see, keep an eye on the time. Okay, like a lot of people, business wise, let me give you what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing. And this was something I didn't have a problem with, but I know what fear is, so I've been there before. But with this particular thing, it's doing live video. Doing live video is a way to grow your business, to grow your following. People get to know you, see you. They get to hear your voice. They get to hear your excitement, your or your fear, or whatever it is. But that's okay, because going forward, even in the face of fear, because we know fear is not real. It's just something that's there, that came from somewhere, but it's there, and it's very annoying. And like I said, it could be from a movie, could be from an experience, could be something from your childhood that you have no idea why you're afraid of this, or why you're afraid of that. I'm afraid of heights, but so far I haven't let it completely stop me. I do get in airplanes and fly, and that's like way up there. So anyway, but it's important to know that you can still move forward in courage. I used my courage to get on the airplane. I remember when I first flew, I was probably about 15 or 16, and I was like scared to death. And every air pocket we hit, I was hanging on, and just like I was just like a bundle of nerves, and I had every muscle tight, couldn't relax, nothing. But as time went on, I got used to it. Because when you got to do something, you got to do it. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that this helps you to think about fear in a different way, and to know you need to face it, check it out, acknowledge it, realize that, it's there and it will keep you stuck. And then from there, remember also that it's probably not something that's even happened. It's been something you've seen in a movie, something you grew up with, something that you learned, like, way back when, or whatever. And if as you are recognizing and acknowledging these things, then you start to decide that you're not going to let that keep you stuck in your business. You're not going to let that keep you stuck in your life, with your family, with the things that you need to do. You're going to go on and take courage in hand and go on and move out and keep moving forward. So I have gone over the time that I want to go over, but I hope that this was valuable for you. I hope that it was helpful, that it gives you, something to think about, and that it helps you, so that when you're facing fear, that you can maybe use these 3 tips, you know and I won't go over them again, because that would just be crazy, especially since my time is waning. So I will have that information on the video when it's downloaded, in the comment section, about the attraction marketing formula. And I hope that you find it as great as I did and do. I still flip back and take a look in there. So I'm going to go on and get off here. Thank you for coming, and And for those of you on the replay, I'll give you guys a shout out. Talk soon. Bye now.